The ruthless mafia heir Alessandro had money, power, blood in his hands, but not one woman in his bed. The rumors said the future Don was either impotent or gay. The old matriarch worried about the Moretti bloodline, so she gave the order to me, the maid who sold herself because of the family debt.
Strip down and climb into Alessandro's bed. Teach him desire. If you succeed, your family's debts will be cleared. If you fail,
Her voice pressed down on me.
don't bother coming back alive.
I'd heard that other failed models and celebrities disappeared without a trace after they failed, let alone a girl like me, with nothing to my name. That night, I crept into his room in nothing but a thin lace slip, kneeling at the foot of his bed, shaking. Alessandro was on the bed, idly toying with a gun.
Bianca, what are you doing?
He didn't expect me.
Your grandmother ordered it.
I whispered.
She said I'm to teach my master about sex.
He sat up against the headboard, dark silk pajamas loose at the collar. He tilted my chin up, his gaze lingering over my face. His voice was low and teasing.
Teach me then.
I swallowed and took out a sex manual his grandmother had prepared for me. Techniques, positions, all of it. I read the first page in a flat, steady voice, like a prayer. I tried my best to ignore the illustrations. Alessandro nodded slowly.
Not one word wrong. Impressive. But what about the pictures?
I looked up.
What?
He suddenly pulled me onto the bed and wrapped an arm around my waist. Then he pointed at the illustrations.
If you don't explain the picture, how am I supposed to know what it means?
My face burned hot, my ears going red instantly. His pajamas hung loose at the chest, his burning skin pressed against me. I looked down. The picture was explicit. I knew the rough idea. I had no idea two people could even bend that way.
They're together.
Alessandro pressed my head toward him, his lips almost touching mine. He whispered,
Couldn't follow. Be specific.
The text on the page had been one thing. The heat of his breath against my face was another. My face went hot. I shoved the book at him and put some distance between us.
I don't know how to describe it. Mr. Moretti can see for himself.
He didn't take the book. His gaze stayed on me, soft and sly.
You don't even know. How are you supposed to teach me? Go back and learn properly. Come back tomorrow.
A quarter-hour later, I was outside his door, sniffling. Day 1. Failed. The next day, the matriarch found out I'd failed. She lost it.
Stay here on your knees until you figure out how to seduce him.
I was punished to kneel in the garden under the rain. The stone slab scraped my knees and the heavy rain soaked me through. I'd been born to a poor family. My father had gambled away a fortune in debts, and my mother couldn't afford to raise both me and my younger brother. So when I was still a child, she sold me to the Moretti family. It was there I met Alessandro, 16 back then. I'd never known a man could be like that. Handsome, intelligent, violent yet elegant. He'd pulled me out of the dirty and back-breaking kitchen and made me his only personal housemaid. 10 years had passed. I pressed his suits. I poured his wine. I organized his files for him while he was working. And somewhere in there, somewhere I shouldn't have, my heart had started leaning toward him. But I had never once thought the matriarch would order me to strip and crawl into his bed like a whore. I felt the tears coming. I was still a virgin. How was I supposed to teach anyone? Alessandro came through the front gate just then. He saw me kneeling in the rain, crying.
What's going on?
I almost passed out from the pain in my knees. He didn't ask twice. He swept me up into his arms and carried me into his room. He checked my knees.
Your skin is raw.
He found a small jar of ointment and started working it gently into the skin. The most powerful heir in New York kneeling in front of me. His fingers were long and careful, drawing slow circles on my knee.
You're always so reliable. My grandmother only punishes you when you've done something wrong. Was it last night?
I was so tense I twitched against the bruise and let out a hiss. But underneath, my heart was leaping because of his concern. Alessandro caught my finger and suddenly kissed my cheek. His voice didn't give anything away.
Tell my grandmother I learned slowly. Come back tonight. Keep teaching.
That night, Alessandro was already in bed holding the book when I came in. Somehow his pajamas was even more open than yesterday. I could see every line of his abs. He saw me and patted the bed next to him.
Shoes off. Up here.
I climbed up beside him, leaned against the pillows. Then I realized what he was reading, the sex manual. My heart started slamming. He didn't seem to notice and laid the book open between us, his arm wrapped around my waist just like in the picture.
Is this how the people in the pictures do it?
I nodded, blushing. He flipped to the next page as if he were really a student. Time passed. He handled me like a toy, following every position from the manual. The only sound in the room was the rustle of paper and Alessandro's breathing, which was getting uneven.
Bianca,
Yes.
I'm uncomfortable.
What's wrong, my master?
Alessandro suddenly snapped the book shut, threw it aside, and pulled me against him.
I wanted to see you blush.
He said into my hair.
Now I can't take it anymore.
I'd known I was pretty since I was small. The other servants used to tease me about it. They said with my face and my figure, I didn't have to do a thing to make a man want me. Alessandro caught my earlobe between his teeth. His breath was hot against my ear. I went stiff. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Take it easy.
Alessandro kissed his way down my neck. His fingers slipped one of my straps down and his kiss landed lower. His other hand slid under my dress and I shuddered. Then he stripped off his shirt, revealing a perfectly sculpted body. His eyes locked on me.
Your virginity is mine, and now I'll take it.
His perfect body moved against mine in steady waves. It hurt. I started to cry. He laughed soft.
Don't even know how to do it, but you were going to teach me?
Aren't you the one who doesn't know?
I whispered, miserable.
Sweetheart, there's no man alive who doesn't know.
He kissed the corner of my mouth, gentle, turning to fierce.
When it's the right woman, the body just figures it out.
That night, he didn't let me go. Now I knew just how ridiculous those rumors were, that he was impotent or that he was gay. Once a man's tasted blood, he wants more. For the next 2 weeks, Alessandro wanted me in his bed every night. He was fierce and dark behind closed doors. He had mastered every trick in that manual, except self-restraint. After being teased by a few servants about the marks on my body, I tried a careful approach.
I heard that even good things shouldn't be overdone, that too much of it isn't good for the body.
I stopped his kiss at my neck. Alessandro laughed.
You know a lot for someone who knew nothing.
But he let me sleep that night at least. The matriarch heard it and nearly broke into tears of joy.
Thank God, the Moreggi bloodline is saved.
Then she turned to me.
Bianca, you're a sharp girl, and you've got your head on straight. When the right wife comes into this family, I'll have Alessandro keep you on as his mistress.
That was when I realized the matriarch was already arranging Alessandro's marriage. The candidate was Cassandra Santoro, daughter of the Santoro family. Of course, the most powerful mafia heir deserved a wife from a respected mafia bloodline, not someone like me, a small-town girl, a maid. Being kept on by a man like him was a kind of miracle, and I was already half in love with him, and he'd told me he liked me. I never imagined there could be more. My face burned. I knelt and thanked the matriarch.
Good girl. Take this as your reward.
She handed me my family debt bondage. It meant I was free of my servant bond or the debt. I almost wept with joy, but Alessandro was the only one who wasn't happy. That night in his bed, he gripped my jaw.
Your man is taking a wife, and you're happy?
My chest squeezed, but I made myself smile.
You and the Moretti girl are a perfect match. Why wouldn't I be happy for you?
His face darkened. Each word came clipped.
She's the wife. You're the mistress, the other woman. From now on, I'll be staying with her in this bed every night, using all the ways you once taught me to treat her well. If you cross her, she has the right to scold you, scream at you, do reasonable things she likes.
It hit me then. He was warning me. He was afraid I'd get too comfortable, that I'd cross his new wife and bring down trouble. He was reminding me of my place.
Yes, Mr. Moretti. I know what I am. I'll stay in line.
Somehow he got even more angry.
And if she's cruel, if she goes out of her way to hurt you, do you really understand?
The men around the table howled. Glasses clinked, the whole booth erupted. The coat crushed in my fist. So the love he whispered in my ear was just some trick. A move on a board. I couldn't bring myself to pull back the curtain. I turned and stumbled out, the coat slipping from my fingers somewhere along the way. Alessandro's car was waiting at the front of the club. The driver was there. I should have walked back to the car. Instead, my stomach turned. I turned into a narrow side hall. I bent over and retched. Nothing came up. I'd counted the days, and I was already 2 weeks late. This was a sign of pregnancy. The worst possible time. I looked around. I was in the back street behind the club. Nobody could see me. My debt bondage were folded in my bag. No debt, no service. I was a free woman. I'd never been brave. I was the most careful person I knew, but somehow, in that minute, I decided, I'll leave. I wouldn't be going back to the Moretti estate. I ran out into the rain around the alley and flagged down a cab.
Take me away from this part of the city, as far as you can.
Alessandro finished his last drink and stood to leave. That's when his eyes landed on the coat I'd brought. The brooch on it was a gift I'd saved up for months to give him. He snatched it up from the floor, eyes flaring with panic.
Who's been here?
The cab rolled through the storm, and my time at the Moretti estate played back in my head, scene by scene. The first day I'd come to work the estate, one of the family's men had cornered me, simply because of my face. Just as that filthy hand was about to tear my clothes off, an arm hauled him off and sent him sprawling. That was the first time I saw him, tall, sharp, like a blade drawn from its sheath. He'd looked up and his eyes had gone stunned just for a second.
What's your name?
I lowered my eyes.
Bianca.
It suits you.
He'd said.
Your fair as fresh snow.
Of the dozen girls who'd come to work the estate that season, I was the only one Alessandro had chosen to be his personal maid. I'd been over the moon. I worked twice as hard as the others. When I cleaned the front rooms, I caught myself watching for his figure across the grounds. By the time I noticed what I'd done, the feeling had its roots in too deep to pull. I'd loved him so carefully, so afraid someone would catch on, that they'd laugh at the kitchen girl who thought she had a chance with the air. Being his maid had been enough. I never thought of more. But I couldn't be one bottle in his collection. I couldn't stand him watching me bleed for him and finding it amusing. And the very least, I didn't want my child to suffer for it later. I didn't want her called a bastard. I looked back at all his odd behavior the last few weeks. His harsh words, the way he'd stopped calling me to his bed. He'd been pushing me away on purpose, hoping I'd get the hint and back off. And here I was, an idiot, daydreaming about our future.
Pathetic.
The driver took the next turn. The cab rolled on into the rain. I'd been in this little out-of-the-way town nearly a year. I'd had my daughter. I'd named her Penny. Even out here, gossip from the Moretti family filtered through eventually. People said the Santoro girl had been married in spectacular fashion. The display had gone on for blocks. Cars, jewels, the whole show. Alessandro had won her. He'd be high on himself now. He wasn't my match. He'd never been my match. Cutting him out of my life had been the right thing. I'd opened a small restaurant on the main road using the money I got from pawning a diamond necklace he'd given me. When Penny was 3, she ran a fever in the middle of the night. I rushed her to the hospital through the pouring rain that night. The doctor looked at me with pity.
Just you raising her? Where's her father?
Dead. Caught an STD and died young.
Penny was burning up, half awake. She mumbled at me from under the blanket.
Mama, what did he catch?
A sickness people get when they don't keep clean.
I stroked her hair.
Penny keeps clean. So Penny will get better fast.
Aunt Marge was trying to set me up again. I'd turned her down a dozen times. She wouldn't quit.
You've got a child. You can't go through this life alone.
Penny and I are enough. We're our own family.
That's different. Now, this Ethan, his father had once owned a large farm. He never amounted to much, but he owns a house. He lost his wife a few years back, looking for a kind, steady woman to settle down with.
She stroked Penny's head.
He says he doesn't care that you've got a child, he'll treat Penny like his own. So, if yes, I'll make it happen. Don't be shy. He'll come to your restaurant tomorrow for lunch. Brown jacket, far corner table. Just walk over and look at him. If you like him, I'll keep going. If not, no embarrassment.
I never got a word in. The next afternoon, a brown jacket sat down at the corner table, just as promised. I'd tell him I wasn't interested. I walked over carrying the beef stew.
Sir, try the beef stew.
His hand shot out and locked around my wrist as I set the bowl down. The broth nearly splashed. I jerked my eyes up, ready to snap at him. I met a pair of stunned eyes, a familiar face. The kind of handsome I had spent 4 years trying to forget. Now his face was wrenched with shock and fury. How could it be? Mr. Moretti? I caught the word before it left my mouth. I turned my face away and forced my voice flat.
Sorry. Wrong table. That order was for someone else.
His hand wouldn't let go. His voice was shaking.
Bianca, why are you here?
Half the room was looking at us now. I had made up my mind 4 years ago that I would never let this man back into my life.
Let go!
I slapped him across the face, hard.
You've got the wrong person. Get a grip, sir.
I bolted for the back. Alessandro caught up in 3 strides and cornered me against the far wall of the back lot. He had me pinned, anger pouring off him.
So you've got some nerve now. running from the estate and even slapping me.
I held the line.
I really don't know you.
He laughed once, sharp and cold. His eyes dropped to my collar.
Is that so? Let me settle this.
His fingers yanked my collar down. There was a scar on my shoulder. Alessandro turned his head. He seized Ethan and hurled him against the wall like he was garbage.
She's mine. Get out.
Ethan scrambled away as best he could. The lot went quiet. Alessandro's face was iron.
You were meeting that?
Women grow up. Women marry. There's nothing wrong with it.
What does he have? He's vulgar. He's twice your age. That was what you wanted?
Who I marry is none of your business, Mr. Moretti.
He bent down, hands on my shoulders, putting himself eye to eye with me.
You took your debt's bondage, and you ran. After everything I did for you. Do you have any heart at all?
From his side of things, yes. He had been good to me. He had never cursed me, never humiliated me, never even raised his voice. He paid me well and slipped me extra on holidays. For hired help, a boss like that was a blessing. But the problem was, I loved him. I fell into silence. He thought he scared me and softened his voice.
That day, they said you'd come to the club with a coat for me. I asked the valet and the driver. Neither of them saw you leave. I even thought it was my rival who had taken you. But I tore this city apart looking for you. I couldn't find a trace.
He cupped my face.
4 years. Tell me why. Why did you go?
He said it as if I'd mattered to him. I was confused. Maybe it was just that he'd never found another maid who served him as well as I had.
Bianca, tell me the truth.
The truth. How was I supposed to put it? If I said he'd broken my heart, I'd been the fool. If I said he was unfaithful, what right did the help have to throw that at him? So all I said was,
A mistress is an object. No dignity, no feelings, loyal because she has to be.
the man wants company. She strips and lies down. Nobody asks whether she wants it. I wiped my eyes and made myself smile.
Mr. Moretti, Bianca didn't want to serve anymore. Will that do?
I wouldn't make you the mistress.
No.
I cut him off.
A restaurant. My own food. My own roof. It suits me fine.
Alessandro stood there a long time. He gave a small, bitter laugh.
I see. I underestimated your pride. Letting me touch you, letting me have you, that was a humiliation to you.
After he was gone, I hung the closed sign on the front door early. By dusk the rain had started. I went to pick up Penny. When the restaurant was busy, I left her at Aunt Marge's, who watched her along with her grandson Tommy. I was halfway to the door when it creaked open. Penny had walked herself home.
Mama, I saw a man on the street. He didn't have an umbrella. He was just standing in the rain. He looked so sad. I gave him my candy, the one Tommy gave me.
Her hair was misty wet. I unclipped it and dried it with a towel.
You don't walk home alone in the rain. You wait for Mama. Did he take your candy?
Yes.
She blinked her big serious eyes at me.
He said he messed something up. I told him not to be scared, and if there's something he can fight for, he should fight for it with everything he has.
I sighed, half laughing. She remembered everything I'd ever told her. My little brave girl. I tucked her in and coaxed her to sleep. Then someone was knocking at the door. The second I opened it, a wet shape pushed inside and pulled me into his arms. Her hair was loose, eyes blurry, feet bare on the floor. I bolted up and scooped her inside, my voice sharp.
You should be sleeping. What are you doing out here?
Mom, is this bad man hurting you?
Alessandro stepped inside after us, dripping. He looked at the two of us and forgot how to move.
She called you Mama.
I didn't answer. He looked at Penny.
What's your dad's name?
My dad caught something dirty. He died.
Alessandro took one slow step toward us, then another. His voice was unsteady.
How old are you?
A child can't keep a secret.
3.
I scrambled for cover.
Mr. Moretti, don't get the wrong idea. She's adopted. I found her in a dumpster 3 years ago. That's why I called her Penny. Found a penny in the gutter.
Alessandro didn't move.
Bianca, don't you think you're explaining too much?
Penny was glaring at me.
Mama, you said I came out of your belly. And my name means a small thing that grows into a great thing. It doesn't mean you picked me out of the trash.
Penny had Alessandro's eyes and his mouth. The shape of her face was mine. There was no walking this back. I clutched her tighter, terrified he'd take her the next breath. Alessandro knelt down in front of us. He started to reach for Penny's cheek and then remembered his hand was wet and stopped his fingers an inch away.
I knew you the second I saw you. That's why I took the candy. Penny, I'm your father.
Penny stuck her hand out, palm up.
You hurt my mama. Give it back.
I didn't hurt your mama.
Alessandro's voice was so gentle. He looked at her like he couldn't believe she was real.
I ate the candy. It was sweet. Thank you for the encouragement.
Penny puffed up her cheeks.
Mama was right. There are a lot of liars out there.
Alessandro's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Penny squinted at my mouth.
Mama, what happened to your lip?
Burned it on some soup.
You had soup?
Yes.
Yes. Tasted good.
I went hot with shame and rage and would have hit him if my daughter hadn't been watching. He then changed the subject in a perfectly cheerful voice.
My clothes are wet. How do I shower here?
Can't you see Mama's wet too? Mama goes first.
Right. You're right. My mistake.
A spoiled heir who'd been waited on his entire life, less considerate than my 3-year-old.
Bianca, take a hot shower. I'll watch the child. Don't catch a chill.
Penny gave me a sage look.
Mama, I'll keep an eye on him so he doesn't try anything.
I came out from the shower to find that the watchful Penny had fallen asleep. In the warm lamplight, she lay curled with her little flowered blanket pulled to her chin, dark lashes resting on her cheeks. Alessandro was hanging over the side of the bed, eyes fixed on her like he couldn't look away.
How is she this pretty? She looks like you and like me at once. I can't get over it.
My restaurant doesn't keep guests overnight. You should go.
He looked like a big wet dog.
In this rain, where am I supposed to go?
He had nowhere to go. That was actually true. So why had he shown up here completely alone? No entourage. Not one bodyguard. He plucked at his wet shirt, gave up, and went to take a shower. My hair was thick and long. I'd just gotten it half dry and was reaching for the lotion when I heard him come back. I turned and froze. Alessandro was standing in the middle of the room with absolutely nothing on. I whipped my head back around.
What are you doing?
He kept his voice down.
Don't wake the kid. Don't read into it. I didn't mean anything. Do you have a change of clothes?
I lived alone with a 3-year-old girl. Where would I have men's clothes? And if I did, he'd have torn the house apart trying to figure out whose. He was right behind me now. I couldn't keep dodging. I turned and faced him.
You have clothes.
Wet? Uncomfortable?
Broad shoulders, narrow waist, not an extra ounce on him. The kind of body that would have stopped my heart at 18 and was still stopping it now. I refused to look any lower. He leaned in. His voice had dropped.
Where do we sleep tonight?
There was no chasing him out, so I took the next best option.
Penny and I sleep in the inner room. You sleep out here, don't come in.
All right.
I'd half expected him to refuse the cottage outright. He didn't. He looked around at my small furniture, my plain shelves, and just said,
Tight, but warm.
The rain came down all night. I slept hard. When I got up to make Penny's breakfast, Penny was already up. Alessandro was not. She was on his bed.
My dad already died. So how come you came back to life? You'd never seen me before, so how do you know I'm your daughter?
Alessandro was lying flat under the blanket, laughing helplessly. I scooped Penny off his bed and gave him a look.
Sun's been up for hours. Why aren't you?
He looked pained.
My clothes are still wet.
I couldn't leave him under the covers all day. I went downtown and bought him clothes. 4 years on, I still knew his measurements without thinking. I felt ashamed of myself. I came back from the store and tossed the bundle at him.
Get dressed.
He sat up, pulling on the shirt, and watched me.
Bianca, you've changed.
It hit me then. He wasn't angry. He was smiling.
Bossy. I like it.
He liked it. The ice over my heart cracked, but I knew a man's affection for a stray cat. He didn't mean anything by it. Alessandro insisted on coming with me to the restaurant to help. In one morning, he broke 3 bowls, burned a hole in the bottom of the stock pot, and nearly set fire to the kitchen. I spent the rush apologizing to my regulars and giving away meals. I lost money. The pampered young heir was streaked with soot, ducking my eye, looking guilty for the first time in his life.
Stop. Just go watch the child.
He nodded vigorously and informed me that he was extremely good with children. Toward dusk, Penny tugged on my sleeve.
Mama, some people came to talk to the bad man. They're whispering.
I crept around the side of the restaurant, light on my feet. Behind the kitchen, two of Alessandro's men. I caught fragments.
While Bianca isn't looking, take the child.
A mother's instinct went cold in my chest. Penny was his daughter. He clearly adored her. He was going to take her from me. We worked together like a tiny conspiracy. Penny's job was to throw out his clothes. With no clothes, he couldn't chase us right away. My job was to gather the valuables. Finally, we locked the door. Gone. He had found me in the most out-of-the-way town in the state. Wherever I went next had to be smarter. It came to me. The most dangerous place is the safest place. His own city. He would never imagine I'd run straight to the heart of Moretti territory. I had practice now. The road went smoothly. We caught a ride with a small moving convoy heading north. The lead driver was a kind, big-shouldered man who took a few bills and let us ride in the back of an empty truck. The truck was clean. We took the main highway. Barely a bump. A young woman named Tessa looked after me. Every stop she brought a tray of rich, hearty food to the truck. I tried to refuse. She waved me off.
Eat up, ma'am. The company has cash to spare.
By the time we made the city, the heat had thickened. Midsummer. The driver recommended a clean, modestly priced hotel. I took the cheapest room on offer. I'd just dropped my bag when the clerk came up.
Apologies, ma'am. This room's already been booked. Let me move you.
He moved me to the best suite in the house. If the clerk had so much as asked for an extra $1, I might not have caught on. There's no free lunch. A single mother and a child in an unfamiliar city were the easiest targets in the world. Every alarm in me started ringing. I grabbed Penny.
Penny, we're leaving.
The door wouldn't open. They had locked us in. From behind the partition at the back of the suite, a slow figure stepped out. Alessandro Moretti in a fresh, tailored suit, hair pushed back, standing like a blade. His grip was crushing my shoulder. I twisted in pain.
You're hurting me.
It didn't register on him. His eyes were rimmed in red, wet, like a creature betrayed.
Threw away my clothes. Locked me in that cottage.
His voice cracked.
Should I do the same to you? Would you like that better?
I pictured the inversion. Cold dread went through me.
That's why the road was so smooth. You had the convoy from the start. I walked straight into it.
I felt my nose start to burn.
You can have a wife and a dozen children. I only have Penny. You take her from me and I have nothing left.
His face caved.
Aren't I family to you too? Or do I not even have a place in your heart?
I stared at him, lost. Was that what he was actually asking?
Let me ask it differently.
He pulled himself together, held my eyes.
Bianca, do you love me?
Yes.
It was out before I knew I was going to say it. I regretted it instantly. I had spent 4 years building a wall around that one word and one question from him, and I'd handed it over. Floozy. I scolded myself. Cheap. A man who could betray me once could betray me 1,000 times. I had to remember. Alessandro's face had lit up. I cut him off with the next sentence, ice cold.
But I don't only love you. There's a whole world of men out there. Like wine. You have to taste every variety before you die, or what's the point? You have to coax them, stroke them, see them melt when you string them along, watch them go from joy to despair on a single word. It's quite a lot of fun.
I had never in my life seen Alessandro Moretti look like that. His eyes went bloodshot, his fury so hot I thought he might catch fire.
What did you say?
I smiled and didn't answer.
You wouldn't dare.
He went berserk. I watched him from the couch, calm. He swept his arm across the side table and sent the glasses crashing. The one thing he didn't do was raise a hand to me. When he had spent the worst of it, he stood there breathing hard, pointed at me, then at the door.
Get out!
All right.
I stood up smoothly, thinking, good. Finally over. The door was right there, the whole world on the other side. My chest hurt anyway.
Wait. That line. Why does it sound familiar?
I stopped. I didn't turn around.
Mr. Moretti, you remember now. You're already married. Taking Penny and me home would just poison your wife. Go be good to her. Don't be the philanderer you were.
Alessandro caught up to me. His voice was thin with panic.
That day. The club. You came to bring me the coat. You heard me, didn't you?
I heard everything. In my head, you were the perfect man. Sharp and untouchable. The reason you couldn't bear to let me go wasn't love. It was that I'd begged for crumbs. I worked to please you. I was useful. I was happy to serve as your maid. I wouldn't serve as your plaything.
That's not what it was! 4 years ago, the woman I wanted to marry was you.
Alessandro took my hand carefully, like he was afraid I'd pull it back. His palm was hot.
Not a mistress. My one and I wife. Will you? If I'd ever done something to hurt you, you could have told me and I could have explained.
The help doesn't question the boss.
A servant's rule was that the master was always right. Anything wrong was always on us. But I wasn't the help anymore, so I would say it.
If you wanted to marry me, why didn't you ever once give me a sign? If I'd known I mattered to you, I wouldn't have been so easy to wound.
I wanted it done. Then I wanted to surprise you. And I was scared it wouldn't work. I didn't want to raise your hopes and then watch them fall.
You have a mouth, you could have used it.
I thought maybe we were even now. He wasn't done.
Second question. Why did you run a second time?
There was no point hiding now. I told him, the line I'd overheard.
Take the child while Bianca isn't looking.
The actual sentence had been,
Take the child while Bianca isn't looking and force her back to the city. That plan is no good. Don't try it.